everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Hey guys, give me just 1 second. I'll be on the camera in just a minute. I'm trying to finish up getting little kitty cat situated. I had to get up and feed them real quick. But I think everything's good now. I just gotta make sure all of my stuff over here on this end is good. I just now sat back down with the computer. I was actually just listening to an update on Jack and Lily. If y'all have been following that one, out of Nova Scotia, no answers. No answers. 2 little bitty kids just disappear in the middle of freaking nothing. No answers. I've been looking forward to this search for a while, but it doesn't look like anything has happened. A couple things were found, but nothing of importance, which really sucks. At least nothing that they're saying. I need to do an actual update. I did like a whole 20-minute update on that case a couple weeks ago before the search, like right as the search was announced with Please Bring Me Home. And I never got the chance to put it out there. So I've got to redo it because now a lot of it's just like old. But we need to get updated on that and a couple other ones. I'm just so far behind in like so many things. So many things. But Jack and Lily's case is really sad. And I just don't understand how 2 kids, 6 and now 5, because Jack's birthday has passed since they went missing, just disappear in their own house. No answers. No idea. It's just wild stuff. Again, this is just audio only. 15 minutes.
I could just talk to you here on the phone. So, can you, did you have any special relationships with any of the victims or anything? Okay.
Really good friends with Kaylee.
Okay.
He was a year older than me. We were in the same chapter together, and we're pretty good friends.
Okay, so you guys were both.
Yes. Yeah, and then I also I knew Xana pretty well as Ethan, just from kind of the community, and I met Xana like pretty early on in my first week of college.
Okay. Are you a junior?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. So do you know of anybody, I know you said you were pretty close to Kaylee. Do you know of anybody that she may have associated with that could potentially have violent tendencies or be violent in any way?
No, I don't. I can't think of anyone.
Okay. And this question is, I mean, we're not trying to say people did this or did that. We're just trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, just with everything that's going on. Was Kaylee ever involved in any like drugs, or do you know if she ever like partied with drugs or anything?
Not to my knowledge. I know that was, something that kind of like that has happened and stuff. I've never personally heard or seen anything related to Kaylee, if that makes sense.
What about any of the other roommates that were in the house?
No, not them personally. I know that like is something that does happen kind of like in this environment, or it has happened, but not them personally. No.
So she knows, yes, I know this. I know that there's a lot of usage in this sort of scenario, but I don't see, I guess it could have been selective. We already know from other interviews, Xana and Ethan are rumored to have been doing things. And then Kaylee has also been rumored to have done stuff. So unless Kaylee was just like super selective, or Xana and Ethan were super selective, I don't see how any of the friends that partied with them, hung out with them almost on a daily basis, I just don't see how any of them can just say no unless they're lying. Which I don't know, like, what's the point in lying at this point? I don't know, it's kind of stupid.
You mean, are you talking about like just stuff that happens, like people that like just party with drugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I don't remember. You're going to hear my 7-year-old. He's in there playing his game. I don't remember what her major was. We looked at all of this stuff in the very beginning, and now I just can't remember. Oh, crap. I can't remember. So if anybody knows the answer to that question, put it in the chat, please.
I don't know, like, I've never seen, I don't know anything of them personally.
So you've never seen Kaylee do coke or marijuana or any sort of, you know, Xanax or any sort of party drug. You've never like seen or heard her do any of that stuff before?
No.
I went in there earlier to give him a hug, and he's like sweaty. I'm like, why are you sweaty? You're in the living room in a chair. My games are hard, very complicated. I was like, okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
And what about Xana or Ethan or Maddie or any of the others?
No, not personally, no.
Okay.
Like I said, I know that like is something that is probably like in the same environment, but no, not them personally.
Okay. Do you know if drugs were ever being sold out of that house at all by any chance?
Like,
no.
Maybe so.
Okay. When was the last time?
So her and Kaylee were both in teaching at first, and both switched careers. My nose itches. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
And you spoke or saw?
I don't remember that.
Interesting. Kaylee.
I saw her when she was at Grub Truck with Maddie and with her and Maddie.
2 Don's moms.
Watch what I edit in right here so that you can see what I'm talking about.
79. Thank you.
I'm gonna do this. Hold on.
So right now she's over here. Right here. Not acknowledging
If we decide,
Yeah.
since we live
Oh, people have fallen.
Kaylee.
People have fallen over reviews for you. Sorry, I'm talking to Twitch stream. Oh, you're so
Thank
good.
you.
Absolutely. Thank you. How are you doing? Pretty good. How about yourself? I'm doing extremely well. What sounds good? Can I get a big burrito? Yeah. For the big burrito, would you like pork or chicken? Chicken. Got it. Oh, and then you said a Mountain Dew? Yes, please. Excellent.
What was that for? Did y'all notice that? Whisper. Point. What was that for?
For the big grill, would you like pork or chicken? Chicken. Got it. Oh, and then you said a Mountain Dew? Yes, please. Excellent. Big grill chicken and a Mountain Dew. We're going to do $11. There's Mountain Dew and order 80. Thank you very much.
Well, in all fairness, they weren't supposed to go to the Grub Truck. They were supposed to go to John's Alley. So he wasn't the one that seemed to have wanted food.
Hello. I need 2 chicken burritos with extra slaw.
2 chicken burritos with extra slaw.
See, that's a crazy statement. I want to know what the hell that means. Because, like, you're the 4th person over the past couple of days since we've been talking about these inconsistencies that said she couldn't student teach. Saying that you can't student teach is a weird way to put that. So I'm really curious, like, what do you mean by you couldn't? Because you could, you're capable. What do you mean you couldn't? I don't really get that. I mean, sort of, but like, I just don't know, like, what did she say? I want to know what she said. Because she goes up to her friends, she whispers with her hand covering her mouth, and then she points over at Kaylee. So I want to know, Peyton, what did you say? What was it? Snarky? Was it just, oh my God, look how drunk Maddie is? Or what was it? I just find it interesting.
$19 for you.
I know I have a $6 waiting for me. I would like to use
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
So,
What's your reward?
there you go.
Fuck, I just hit your jacket. Sorry, man.
Yeah,
$13. Hell yeah.
worth it.
Oh, always. Order 81.
Thank you.
Thank you. Extra slaw? Is that a charge? No, it's not a charge. It's
That one? I think you emailed me that. Somebody, I think it was you that emailed me that. We'll pull that up here in a second.
just a modifier. Hello.
They have Apple Pay.
How's
You
your
guys
night
have
going?
Apple Pay, right?
Of course we do.
Of course you have Apple Pay. Yes. Hi, camera. I'll get okay. Chicken taco.
Chicken taco. You got it.
I'll do the 5 cheese mac and cheese.
Okay.
I know you're freezing.
No, please. No, I'm getting yours no matter what. Like, wait, please, he's waiting. We'll do 2 5 cheese mac and cheese.
Like, I'm adding 2, or you're making it? It's now 2.
Oh,
Sorry.
2.
You're adding 2. Excellent. Gotcha. Okay. Anything else?
Reed, come on, you're the last one. Okay.
You got it. So I have a chicken taco and 3 5 cheese mac and cheeses.
Yes.
Okay. $27.75.
Hey.
How many apples in the mac of the week? 0, TJ. 0. Order 82. Thank you.
Can I get?
We already got a 5 cheese mac and cheese.
Wait, you got one?
Yeah, come on.
Oh my god. Can I get a magnifier?
You got it, man.
Okay.
I spoke to Kaylee when she was after she had ordered when she was waiting for her food.
Okay. And how was Kaylee's demeanor at that time?
She was good. She we kind of just had a light conversation, just like about what we were, but she seemed really happy. Her and Maddie were laughing.
Okay. Did they say?
See, I don't really see her paying much attention to Kaylee. Now, I know that there's like more footage because she obviously has to sit there and like wait for her food, but she seems like she's kind of like doing her own thing. So that like initial pass of speaking to Kaylee for just a minute seems to have really been it. So I don't know if a lot of what she's saying is going based off of the fact that now this video is out and people were watching it, because people knew about this the 13th. All of it. The Twitch stuff was all being looked at as of the 13th. I believe it's even in the report from Mallory when he's talking about Olivia emailing him, or Steve Goncalves emailing him and letting him know that Olivia was going to be contacting him for all this stuff. He puts in that report that they already knew about Twitch. I think they knew about it the same day. If not the same day, definitely by the 14th. So considering it was going around, I already know that in some of these interviews, some people have said, I don't really know for sure. Oh, but then I saw the Twitch video. Oh, but then we looked at the Twitch video. So a lot of people, I think, are getting maybe their assumptions, their impressions based off of comments and other things that they're seeing. Even the ones that are there in like real life, they're getting their assumptions based off of going back and watching the videos, what it seems like.
What their plans were after they were at the Grub truck, like where they were going or anything?
No, they didn't. No.
Okay. You said you spoke to Maddie too, or was just Maddie just kind of there?
I just saw Maddie. I didn't have a conversation with her. She just was standing like with Kaylee.
Okay.
I only actually had a conversation with Kaylee.
Okay. Did they seem intoxicated at all, or?
I didn't ask, but I think a little bit. And I know that she had come from the club. I think my friend also told me she was there with her, but not anything like extremely where she was not able, like she didn't know where she was. So she like
Nothing out of the normal.
Like, yeah, she wasn't like stuttering on her words or anything like that.
Okay, so she wasn't like stumbling or slurring her words or
No,
like not making sense or anything like that.
No, yeah, she was like coherent, like understood where she was. She wasn't like slurring or stumbling over her words at all.
Like, you can tell that she's buzzed. You can tell that she's tipsy. You can tell that she's been drinking. But this is another reason why I've always, like, pushed back on the whole everybody was drunk, so they were vulnerable and weak, boo-boo. This is one of the main reasons. We see Maddie. We can see that she can't stand straight. I get that. But we see Kaylee, and she might be, like, looking real close into her phone. Chick might need glasses. We don't really know. But she's having conversations. She's able to figure things out, think on the fly, instantly be like, oh, I want food, and I'm going to instantly get me a ride. Like, her brain's working. As we watch her walking with Jack, she's keeping up with Jack. It's Maddie that's like, you know, little duckling in the background. The food, getting back home, putting on music, hanging out, chilling out. No one else drank anything else, apparently, after they get back to the house. That's still like some hours. Hour and a half before everything went crazy. If you're having snacks and stuff's getting soaked up and you're already not that far gone, you can sober up pretty quickly. Like, out of everyone, Maddie for sure was off of her butt. But Bethany and Dylan, we definitely know Dylan's full of shit. I don't really think Bethany was all that drunk either. Because if you were so freaking intoxicated, just the fact they let Maddie take the dog out's wild. But if you were the two most intoxicated people in the house, why are y'all letting the dog out? Like, why are y'all the ones going out with the dog? None of it's really adding up to everybody was so drunk and vulnerable and off their mind that this just happened like this because it was just how it was. No, especially since we really don't know shit about Ethan and Xana. And then you want me to believe that they got home at some point, ordered food, and we're still like, no. And I also love the fact that Dylan didn't know what time Xana and Ethan got home, but her first initial reaction after not knowing shit about Xana and Ethan after 10:30 p.m., which is 6 hours practically from that time, she just assumes that she's overdosed on alcohol on the ground. That's a lie. Because there's no way that you're not seeing her covered in blood. This whole case pisses me off. But obviously, Kaylee wasn't like so far gone. She was awake, dancing with the dog, apparently. Music was on. Maddie probably passed out in her bed. Anyone being asleep at all, for sure, I've always said Maddie. Out of everybody, one probably, and it was Maddie. Bethany being down in her room, maybe going in and out a little bit, maybe, I don't know. All of my suspicions go towards Dylan because I still just keep going back to the way that everything happened. And if Bethany would not have called her to say, oh my God, did you hear that? I heard a firecracker. I saw a light. What was that? Would Dylan have said anything about seeing anything? Or did she come up with it on the fly because someone called her in the middle of something else and she didn't know what to do? So she just came up with a story. Because one of the big things in her interview that I really want people to pay attention to is the fact that she says that in therapy, her therapist tried to go deep into her psyche to bring back up what happened that night, and they couldn't. Nothing came up. It's because whatever you're telling people is not freaking true, and there's no receipts in there. Miss Ma'am? That's why. That's probably something that we need to talk a lot more about. Because that's really important, and I don't think people understand how important that statement is. Okay,
and did they come to the Grub truck with anybody else?
I didn't see them show up to Grub truck because I came after she was there. She had already ordered by the time that I was there.
Okay, so you showed up after her?
Yes, I showed up afterwards, okay. And I only spoke to her for a little while. But I did watch I watched back just to see in the video because there's like a security kind of video at the Grub truck.
Are you speaking about the Twitch thing?
Yeah.
Okay, and what did you see on that?
I saw that someone kind of had showed up at the same time as her. I just tried to look back to see if it was someone that I recognized because I didn't see anyone that I recognized standing with Maddie and Kaylee when I spoke to them.
Okay.
I didn't recognize. It kind of looks like someone had shown up with them, but I didn't recognize them.
Okay, so you don't know who that individual was?
No, I don't.
Okay, did anybody say they recognized him?
No, but we were all tired, like, some of my friends and I were.
Right there. I have dealt with so much pain back here because I was born with really weird teeth. I actually have 2 sets of wisdom teeth. So I had 1 set removed in my early 20s, and then about 5 years later, they sort of started like growing back, and now I just have to like deal with them. And because of what wisdom teeth do, like it's painful. They do all the things. I remember plenty of nights where Motrin wasn't touching anything. I refuse to do anything else. Okay. You cannot give me a prescription for a pain medicine. I won't take it. Motrin wasn't working. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go get me some whiskey because whiskey is going to make me not feel this damn tooth. So yeah, you're right. If she had been drinking, her tooth wouldn't have been hurting. It wouldn't have been to where, oh, you didn't have any idea. For it to get to the point to where you have to call your dad that next morning, that's not something that just happened. That's a progression because teeth things happen slowly, very slowly, until it gets to the point where you can no longer ignore it. You were just with your dad the weekend before. She says her father was there and saw the door when the door was off its hinges practically. Bethany said that. So your dentist father was just there with you a week before and you didn't say anything about how your tooth was just starting to hurt. And I could have sworn the original statement wasn't a tooth per se, but it was her actual jaw, like wisdom teeth. But that's not just something that just happens to the fact to where you just wake up suddenly and you have to just swallow a bunch of Advil. That's a slow progression. They can't even keep that part of the story straight. They can't even keep that part of the story straight. That's insane.
Speaking of and trying to figure that out, because my friend who was with Kaylee at the club said that there was someone that was like kind of concerning, but I didn't know who it was, and so we weren't able to figure out who that was.
Okay, so your friend
Sure can't.
that was at the club with
Not till it numbs.
Kaylee,
For sure.
and Maddie said that there was someone concerning at the club as well.
You know, no one ever talks to her about Parents Weekend. The only thing that comes out of her face about Parents Weekend is the fact that they deep cleaned like the Thursday before. But as for like her parents showing up at all, they don't mention that. They don't mention that. Like we didn't know anything about Bethany's parents going down there until Bethany's interview. And Kaylee, that's the weekend that Kaylee also went to her parents' house. And instead of Maddie being visited by her parents or her going home to her parents, her boyfriend flew her to him for Parents Weekend. And we know that Jeff was there because he finally got to meet the Chapins. So yeah, I think that's about it. But yeah, a lot of that was like newer information.
Oh, the corner club?
This is all just information that I heard from her, but she said there was someone that was kicked out or was a cause of concern, like someone was concerned because he was kind of being creepy towards Maddie.
Okay.
So that's, I never like saw that, and that was all I heard.
Okay.
Because I was not present at the club.
Right.
With them.
And which friend was that?
Exactly. Like you don't know at that age, living on your own, that you need to take a pain med when you feel pain. Tylenol, Advil, Motrin. Like you have to be told that. You have to call your dad at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning and ask him that. I don't believe you, bro. Especially when they're talking about the phone calls that she made that morning. She skips over the fact that there's like some unknown number that she calls. She talks about calling mom. She talks about calling dad. She talks about calling their house number. But there's an unknown number that she calls too. It literally says it in the damn transcripts. Unknown. At the same time, she's calling back to back to back to back. I don't think she says a damn thing about like a different number. I'll have to go back and listen, but I don't think she did.
Said that to you.
Her name was Riley. I believe she may have spoke or was sent.
That's what I was told, actually.
Okay.
I spoke to her.
I was told by somebody who has told me things throughout the years that hasn't been proven wrong yet. Both of them had a lawyer before the 911 call was made. Again, I don't have any proof of that. I just know that this person has told me things, again, throughout the time because of who they have connections to. And all these little things throughout the time have been proven months down the line. So I guess we'll see. Because yeah, probably. That was always my original thought. That's why whenever he told me that, I was like, I bet that's true. I bet that's true. 8 hours. There's conversations between Dylan's dad and her that they wanted to produce to the court. Oh yeah, I believe that for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you last saw Kaylee at the Grub truck. So you said you showed up after her. She was already waiting for her food.
Mhm.
What happened after she got her food?
I didn't exactly see like what direction. I kind of just saw her and Maddie start kind of like walking off in the direction towards her house. So kind of like back towards campus.
So you didn't see
I
them
didn't
getting
see if
into the
she
car?
like if she crossed the street or anything like that. She kind of like went out of my view.
Okay.
And I started talking to my friend, but yeah.
I'm just gonna assume wherever this chick was, she could not see that the car was parked there at all because she's acting as if they walked away and that's not it.
She was like heading in that direction of campus.
Tell me about it.
Okay. Did you see anybody like follow her or say anything to her or anything?
I didn't when I was there that I can remember. I was a little distracted by that point and just kind of waiting for my food. But I did in the video see
In the video,
someone like kind of walk in the same direction that they did after she left. But I don't remember watching him walk off when I was there.
Okay.
bye.
Okay. Do you know of any like boys or anything that Kaylee may have hung out with?
Not really. I know obviously Ethan.
They don't.
I really don't know. I'm sure there's probably a lot of like I saw her earlier in the day, just like with a bunch of friends, but I don't know like anyone that she personally hung out with.
Okay. And do you know of any like of her ex-boyfriends or anything?
An ex-boyfriend that went to U of I at some point, but from my knowledge, they were on pretty good terms.
Okay. And what about Maddie?
Did she just say that he went to U of I? Like she's talking about Jack Decor. I'm pretty positive. Wasn't that about Kaylee? Let me backtrack for a second.
I don't know like anyone that she personally hung out with.
Okay. And do you know of any like of her ex? Okay.
For my food, but I did in the video see someone like kind of walk in the same direction that they did after she left, but I don't remember watching him walk off when I was there.
Okay. Okay. Do you know of any like boys or anything that Kaylee may have hung out with?
That's Kaylee, yeah.
Not really. I know obviously Ethan. I really don't know. I'm sure there's probably a lot of like I saw her earlier in the day, just like with a bunch of friends, but I don't know like anyone that she personally hung out with.
Okay. And do you know of any like of her ex-boyfriends or anything?
An ex-boyfriend that went to U of I.
Yeah.
At some
So she's talking about Jack Decor and she's saying he went to U of I. The verbiage here and the way this girl is talking, like again, I'm not saying that she's suspicious by any means because I don't whatever. But have y'all not realized or has it not like made you stop about how like uneducated these people sound? Like she's answering questions like she's in like 7th grade, not like she's a college student about to graduate soon. Like to say, oh, well, like I hung out with her like earlier in the day. Why aren't you elaborating? Why aren't you instantly being like, I was at the Whites with her and everyone else? Like, why do you have to be baby stepped into answering these questions? I mean, like the downfall of the brain capacity as the generations go down, it's very alarming. Probably, bro. That once Common Core hit the scene, everyone was doomed because that's some boo-boo. Unnecessary boo-boo. It's just listening to her, it sounds like she's so much younger than she really is. My child, my oldest, that's about to be 19, she hasn't spoken like this since she was like in 6th grade, 5th grade. She can answer questions and not have to be tiptoed, not have to be handed every little thing, coaxed. It's just weird. It's odd listening to these people.
Point, but from my knowledge, they were on pretty good terms.
Okay.
That part.
And what about Maddie?
I don't know about ex-boyfriends. I wasn't super close to Maddie, but I do know that her boyfriend went to U of I and graduated.
Okay. And do you know his name or?
It's escaping me at the moment.
If you don't
Not
know
know
it off
that
the top of
name.
your head, it's okay.
I know I've met him before. I
Okay.
can't remember his name. I'm sorry.
Okay. Was there anybody that Xana or Ethan may have hung out with of concern?
Not anyone that I can think of. No.
Okay. Is there anybody that you can think of concern or anything like that?
Not off the top of my head, no. I'm trying to think of, I was with Xana and Ethan earlier, and there was never anyone that was cause for alarm.
You were with them earlier in the night.
Now see how she's now said this twice. She said it about Maddie. He didn't catch it or didn't give a shit, didn't hear it, did not ask any further questions about where were you with Maddie? You were with her the same day? Where was this? He didn't ask that. He's going to ask now about the exact same statement being said about Xana and Ethan. It's the same place. It was at the Whites, the same little get together. But he didn't catch it the first time. He didn't ask, and I wonder why. Maybe again he just didn't hear it. But he should have stopped and asked her there more questions about what do you mean you saw Maddie? These cops just, I understand that this is like something unprecedented, something that nobody was expecting. But protocol is protocol is protocol. Steps to do things are steps to do things, regardless of the thing to do, because there's a process. It doesn't matter the charges. It doesn't matter what's being investigated. The questions should always hit the same. And I just don't think that they've ever interviewed any of these people.
Yes, yeah, I was earlier that day.
And where were you guys at?
I was with Xana, Ethan, Maddie, and Kaylee kind of earlier at an apartment. It was my friend's apartment. We were with quite a few people.
Okay, you know where that apartment is?
Yep.
Yeah, it's on. I actually don't know the name of the road, but
Does
it's
it have
called
a
the White
nickname?
Apartment.
The White?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. We were just.
I mean, even the people over in India that get taught to answer your customer service calls have a list of the English things they're supposed to say. They're more organized than this shit. That's sad.
Kind of hang out with all our friends and stuff, and I was there with Xana and spoke to her and spoke to Kaylee.
Okay.
And there's never anyone of concern that was there. It was all people that we knew.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did know.
Okay.
It's pretty much over.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you giving us a call, speaking to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't have very much information.
Nope, but any information right now is helpful for us. So, yeah, if you ever have any more questions for myself, or just in general, you can always, or if there's something that you end up learning that you think is important to share, even if you don't, or if you don't think it's important, either way, you can always give us a call and share that information with us. Something that you may think is little might go a long way for us. So, okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So let's watch this video that you guys were talking. Look. The fact that they say anything about people making money off of talking about this case is wild. This video that Olivia just posted of Kaylee got 3.7 million views. And you know that she has a paid TikTok account. The hypocrisy with them is wild. I mean, do whatever you're going to do, but don't sit here running your mouth that other people are still talking about this case when you're posting stuff like this on a paid account.
Hi, everyone.
So this is apparently where Kaylee is going to say
everyone.
something about how she can't
My name
teach.
is Kaylee
That's not
Goncalves,
what I want.
and
Hold
I am
on.
a general studies major.
Stop it! I'm not used to TikTok.
Hi, everyone.
Stop! Okay. I'm trying to get it to where it doesn't show comments and it's just, okay. And then I can do it like this. God, I hate TikTok. That's why, like, even if you're following me on there, you're never going to hardly see anything. It's so annoying. I hate TikTok so much. Move it over this way so that the comments aren't in the way. Okay. You sure were for 8 months too. For 8 months. Well, hi, Bridie. Thank you for being excited to be here. That's fun too. I love whenever you guys are excited. Okay. I really wonder what this comment's about. All right. This is 3 minutes. This looks to be in the 1122 house. Is this this isn't the same little good vibes thingy. This isn't the same room. Is this in her room? You know what? Let's find out. Let's play it.
My name is Kaylee Goncalves, and I am a general studies major. I recently switched from elementary education because I was unable to student teach.
See, what does that mean? Because I was unable to student teach. Is it like doctors having to go out and like work at a hospital for a little while first? Like, is it like pre-job? Is it something that she had to do for like credits? Like, I get that, but this was over. This was at the end of the pandemic where things were starting to open back up and not be stupid. So I don't know how much of that you can really attest to the vid. Because this wasn't in like 21. This wasn't in 20. This was the end of 2022 when things were starting to lighten up. That's kind of what I thought. So they didn't, the lockdown was over. The lockdown was way over. By the time that, actually, as a matter of fact, I know for a fact the lockdown was way over, because by the time that Kaylee moved into 1122 King Road, she had already argued with the sorority, because the sorority, and I'm pretty sure all of Greek life did this, according to information. Greek life was still making everybody pay all of their fees for not being able to actually be on Greek Row. Everyone got sent home and was doing school remotely. No one was allowed on campus. No one was allowed in the Greek Row homes, and they were still being made to pay all of their fees. And Kaylee argued that, which is the main reason why she wanted out of it and ended up like living somewhere else before she moved into King Road. So she was living at the sorority, had enough of it, threw a fit, which I would have too, because F that. Like, the school should have fixed that problem. What? You're still trying to take our money and we can't even step foot? I'm sorry. Kiss my ass. Not happening. I would have been fighting it too. I understand her fight. But she was living somewhere else before she moved into 1122 King Road. And Jack DeCour used to go visit her over there too. So it's definitely not it's definitely not the vid. It's definitely not the vid. It's something else. But I feel like student teaching for a class prerequisite with the way that things are now definitely could have been done remotely. Some people are saying background check, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. It's a good question. I thought it was like lower grades, but I'm not quite sure. I thought maybe it was elementary, but I don't know.
I'm from Coeur Idaho, which is about an hour and a half north of Moscow. And I really enjoy taking my dog on walks, hikes, adventures, really anything and everything I like to do with my dog. I don't have a dream job in mind, but the strengths that I feel could help me achieve a job that I would enjoy.
Not that I care, but this is the first time that I've really paid a lot of attention to her mouth. Does she get Botox injections? Like I said, I don't really care. I mean, she's always had like this really pretty smile, like wide smile, but her lip right here looks like it's pushed up a lot. Like it's injections right here. I've always been too scared to even attempt that kind of stuff.
Are my people and collaboration skills. I work really well with other people. I'm a really good communicator. And on the contrary, I also do work really well independently. For considering myself a leader, I would say no, but I do think that I could have the potential to be a leader if I was put in the role, because I think it takes communication, understanding, and collaboration. What I hope to learn or take away from this course is truly how to step into that leadership role and how to develop in your career, if that makes sense. So how I can grow professionally and grow within my career, as well as, the goal would obviously be any position I take after college. I would hope that I would hold it long.
There's a lot of times when she talks, I see Olivia's face. A lot of it. It hurt a lot. They all look so similar.
Long enough to go into a management or leadership position in which I would be required to be a leader. And so knowing the necessary skills, tips, tricks, all of that would be a great takeaway from this course so that I can take that into
her teeth are perfect. Look how perfect her teeth are. That's crazy.
My future career and develop professionally. 2 people that I would go to dinner with throughout history, alive or dead. That is a hard question and it caught me off guard a little bit. I wasn't expecting a question like that. I don't know. I am really bad with knowing people's names and faces, putting faces to names. And unless I'm like reading about someone, I won't really remember them, if that makes sense. But I would have to say that I would love to go to dinner with Helen Keller and someone else, maybe like Taylor Swift. I have always been a huge Taylor Swift fan.
How did I know that?
She has been, a huge, not necessarily inspiration in my life, but like I just love her music and always have since I was little. And so I would like to go to dinner with Taylor Swift, although those are 2 very random and different people from totally different times in history and different job titles and whatnot. So I don't know how that dinner would go, but those would be the 2 people that I would choose. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is...
It's sad watching stuff like that. It is. It's really sad watching stuff like that. You have to really wonder. I know I think about this kind of stuff. I don't know if y'all think about this kind of stuff. I think about this kind of stuff. Like, what would they be doing right now if they weren't a headline? Would she have actually moved to Texas? Would she have stayed the way that Dylan and Bethany are now trying to say that she was going to stay? Would her have Jack have gotten back together? Would Maddie and her dude have been married by now? Would somebody be pregnant and about to have a baby? Would Xana and Ethan have gotten married? How would that wedding have looked? I think about that kind of stuff a lot. I hate it. I hate it. It sucks. Yeah, I always wonder, like, what if? What if? It's just crazy. I think it was like a younger grade that she wanted to teach. I don't remember though. It is sad. I mean, I don't think it would have had anything to do with that really, because she could have taught anywhere. Really. I mean, honestly, a lot to be jealous of. Pretty independent. I mean, it made it sound as if she really had to like fight pretty hard to do everything that she had to do by herself, which I find interesting. And I want you to like think back to that dynamic. Okay. We've been told by the Goncalveses, and I mentioned this the other day, that if Kaylee wanted a certain pair of shoes, she was going to hustle and do all these extra things that she had to do to get the money for these certain shoes that she wanted. Right. So then Dylan, was it Dylan's interview or Bethany's? It was one of their interviews where it said that like the only thing Kaylee really said about her parents was that they didn't pay for anything for her. She had to do everything on her own. Well, then we think back to the Range Rover, right? Now, apparently when she sold her car so that she could get the money down for the Range Rover, her dad was with her or met up with her in the Walmart parking lot where she was meeting up with the guy that bought it. But when it comes to like needing a little bit of help on that damn down payment, the $1,000 that they needed extra came from grandma. It didn't come from mommy and daddy. It came from grandma's credit card. And that's in the police reports. So I don't know why they didn't help her with stuff like that. But it sounded like she was paying for her college herself. And she was paying for everything else herself too. And I get it. You got a lot of kids, but you also live in like a ginormous ass house and you both have jobs and you're like well-to-do, Mr. Crypto Man. So why are you not helping your daughter? You abandon the other one and you don't help this one? That's crazy to me. Crazy to me. Thanks for the $2, Becca. Didn't Steve say there was a pending charge for Kaylee? No, I think what you're talking about is when he came out and said something about how they had talked about maybe moving Kaylee's case to the federal level. But that was about the charges for the situation. Basically, what was said to him, which is what he reiterated, I believe this was on Drunk Turkey, was that if it went federal, then death penalty would be taken off the table and it really wouldn't be about her dying. It would be more about like all of the stuff on the internet that they could get VK for. Some crap like that. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of stuff has been coming out or has been coming out for like a super long time about what was their real relationship like. Now, I know when we were talking about the whole Texas thing, well, that was for the funeral. That's after Kaylee's dead that he paid for it. That's what he meant. The funeral expenses he paid for. Not anything else. I forgot what I was going to say, but that was important. Oh my God, what was I going to say? Usually it comes back. It's not coming back. Yeah, that's true too. Oh, relative. The word relative had me remember. Some people posted that when she was actually back at home, that she wasn't actually at home. She was really at her aunt's house. I would love to know where that proof is because that's kind of important. Yeah, thank you. That's important to me as a fact. So I would really like to know, where is this coming from? Because I just don't know. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. No, you're fine. But no, that was only about the funeral. She basically, yeah, I'd like to know. I don't know. Is it tea if it's just the facts? Is it drama if you're just speaking truth? I mean, I don't know. People have weird way that they want to describe things. I don't even know. Yeah, I'd like to know for sure. I'm not sure, but quite a few people have said that, and I just don't know where it came from. The one where they come out and actually give us the timeline? The one where Olivia's in the green shirt and she gives us the 156? Okay, I'll go back and listen to that whole thing. 46,000 is not bad. I mean, you can definitely survive on that. I've survived on less with 3 kids at home and no child support. That's definitely doable. So I don't know. Now, I do know that when it came to like social media, she apparently had Olivia blocked. Was it Olivia was blocked on Instagram? Which I found interesting. I know that it's like been questioned, but Olivia, I don't really think that she's come out and really like said anything about that. And that's why I always say, like, these people are out here to protect their reputations because they're the ones still alive. They're the ones who still have to walk into an office every day. They're the ones who still have to pick up that phone and answer the phone whenever somebody has a question. She did. So was it only on Instagram that she had her blocked? Because I know that there were text messages that were sent to Christy. Yeah, she didn't. She didn't follow like any of them. They're on her TikTok. That's interesting. I don't know why she wouldn't have had them on social media when they have everything else. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah. Again, like there isn't, I don't have anything to say about Peyton. She's just somebody who happens to have known them, who happened to have popped up in the Grub truck video, who talked to Kaylee for half a minute. But I really would like to know what was said. I don't know why that just popped back up right there. I would really like to know what was said because she walked over, hand on her face, and then point. Like that, we all know what that means. We all know that means she was saying some shit. You don't cover your mouth and whisper unless you're talking shit. So what was said? I don't think it led to what happened, but call me curious. Okay? I'd like to know. I would just like to know. Has that come out yet? Or do we just have the report? The only other ones I know that we still have to go over is Peyton Rossi, or is it Rossi? That guy. Jenna. And I think that's it. No, Kim. Kim Wynn. I don't think Ashlyn's or Ava's has come out yet. I mean, just don't be in the conversation. It's just a conversation. There's no reason to get dumb about it. Yeah. To take a plea deal and be a little bitch. But I mean, Dylan got over 150K for being a little liar. It really sucks, to be honest. It sucks. It really does. It doesn't pay the bills. Oh, ooh. That'd be something interesting to go back over. God, there's been so many. That actually might help put a lot of this craziness when it comes to trying to figure out who's who. Going back to like all the documentaries. All the documentaries. I want to see real quick while I have you guys here if there's any updates on the Lifetime movie. Just when it comes to the casting. Because I'm still waiting to see like who else they're going to end up having in here. And the last time I looked, it gave me some like weird information. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. IMDb. Yeah, let me see. Is it going to show me? I don't know how to use this website. Oh my God. What is this thing called? Ripped from the headlines. Let me see the full cast. Where's the full thing? I just looked at this the other day. And now it's not showing up on my thing. There's a petition to stop the movie? I mean, honestly, that's not shocking. Let me show y'all this part. There's a petition. I think I saw this on the Goncalves' page. Yeah, I did it for a long time. I used to do transcriptions. Like I used to listen to court cases, listen to interrogations, listen to interviews and transcribe. And then I've done like medical stuff for like 15 years. We have to type real fast. We have to type super fast. And that's actually really slow. I haven't done it like that fast on here in a while. I don't usually type on this computer. Yeah. Here's this. Thousands of people have signed a petition. Yeah, I just still find it interesting that they're like, oh, we knew from the beginning, we knew really early on, blah, blah, blah. But then you're telling us that your daughter had no clue and had to call you and be like, oh my God, what is this? You didn't even tell them, didn't even give them a heads up. Like you want a heads up so bad. You run your mouth constantly about, oh, we need a heads up on all the things, but then you don't even tell your own child what's happening. Or is it a lie? Is it another one of your, I need sympathy, so let me just go ahead and make this the most ridiculous thing ever for no reason at all attempts? Because it seems to be all that they do. It's really just stupid. Because like we feel bad enough for you. We know that it's tragic. We feel the pain that you must be feeling. We get it. We don't need to be lied to. We don't need to be exaggerated at. Like, it's stupid. Like, you'd get the sympathy anyway. I know that they had to have... Okay, I think this is it right here, but probably not because I suck at this. Hold on a minute. Okay, production info. I am not paying for freaking IMDb. Y'all funny. Okay, they do. Oh my God. Jennifer Coffin Gagger is in it. Let me show y'all. According to this. Let me make this bigger. Boop. Coffin Gagger. Was she playing herself? And Jeanette Levy's also in it. That's crazy. Okay, so this isn't it. Hold on. I think I'm running my mouth. This isn't it. Oh my God, this isn't even it. This is so stupid. I can't find past this article. Right here. That was the Amazon thing that we've already seen, which I still need to go and get some clips from when it comes to Sigma Chi. Can I like click on something and it'll show me the full thing? I hate this website. Okay. Oh, found it. All right. This is what I wanted. Yeah, I don't really see anything extra on here. I still want to know who the frick Tom Holmes is. Because of all the things that we have gone through, we have not seen no man's name, Holmes, on any of these reports. Literally at all. So this is Kaylee. And then this is going to be Dylan. Olivia. I think they casted this one perfectly. for what she looks like now. But they needed a chunky, pregnant Olivia because that's what the situation was at the time. Not this pretty girl that's all skinny and gorgeous. We need chunky, cute Olivia because that's what she was, not what she's become. So I don't know. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't think I've seen this guy ever before. But he's going to play a detective that's not real. I don't know why you would put somebody's name in there that's not an actual, like, person. They've got so many that are real detectives they could have used the name for. That was Emily. This person's going to play a reporter. Blonde reporter. Are you going to play Ashley Banfield? Is this person going to play Ashley Banfield? I bet you this person's going to play Ashley Banfield. Oh my God. I cannot wait to rip this piece of shit apart. Oh my God. We already know who's playing Kohberger. Charlotte Kavanaugh. Who are you playing again? Is this playing Maddie? Maddie. This girl is playing Xana. I mean, honestly, this casting's not bad. It's not horrible. Bethany. Yeah. She's got the hair. I'm still saying this female student, this is going to be BK Norton. The redheaded girl that first reported Bryan Kohberger that was so offended and mad that he asked her out for coffee. That she then reported him for him asking her out for coffee. While in the report, not claiming that his eyes grew dark or he got offensive or he cussed her out or he called her a name. Just the fact that she's a lesbian and she was uncomfortable with the man asking her for coffee, so she felt the need to report him. That's literally all that happened. That's in the initial report. I don't give a damn the story she comes out saying now. The original report is just that simple. She wasn't comfortable because she doesn't like dudes. And that's it. I bet you that's who this is. I bet you that's who this person plays. $100. $100. I bet I'm right. And this is the girl playing Jazz, Xana's sister. Okay. When is this thing supposed to come out? I need to make sure that my schedule is clear. Do we have a date for this travesty yet? I don't know. Let me see. Ripped from the headlines. Idaho Murders Lifetime release date. They don't have a date announced yet. I cannot wait to rip this whole thing apart. It's going to be so bad. It's going to be so bad. I already know. They don't have one for Ethan yet. There's still a few people they haven't cast, it seems like. Unless somehow they have managed to go in there and erase Ethan from the entire story the way that the Chapins wanted. Because y'all know, she had a PR person day one. In the book, she tells that to Patterson and this other moron that helped him write this book, that some family friend of theirs was a PR person for some production company and was helping her like on day one. And we already know the connections that little Miss Chapin has created since her son died. So how much you want to bet? I know. But how much do you want to bet they really try? I bet you that's what they're going to try to do. And if that's the case and people still support the Chapins, then I don't have any use for you. If they have managed to take Ethan out of the story, I don't give a shit how horrible the movie is. If they have managed to somehow take Ethan out of the equation after now being twins and people still support them, I don't have any use for those kinds of people. I don't. If you can't see the truth and see that the victim themselves are the ones being actually like stomped on in that situation and it's not the family just out here protecting their reputations, I ain't got no use for you, bro. I would love it, but I doubt it'll ever happen. I'm waiting for a book to come out that's accurate. Anybody who writes a book right now is not going to be able to tell the full story because we don't even have all the evidence yet. It'll be years years before a book could be written that's even remotely accurate, because we still have to wait for truths to come out. We're still waiting on so much. I just hate this case. I hate this case so bad. We don't have any of the facts hardly at all. Hardly at all. Let me see if there's been any changes since the last time I looked at the case of interest site, and then I'm probably going to go ahead and jump off of here. And for those of you who want to see the stuff about the OneDrive, that's their link right here on the Idaho case of interest site. But let me check Kohberger's and see if there's anything. There wasn't anything earlier. No. Anything updated on the case summary? No. Oh, no, it was updated on the 13th, and it was just adding that additional restitution document. Let's see it. I mean, if that. That part too. Until stuff comes out unredacted, we don't know shit about shit. I mean, yeah, I know he's a triplet, but tell his mama that. Tell his mama that. She seems to have forgotten. Isn't that crazy? You'd think that they would put the energy into like finding out facts. Like y'all want to do, they want to do this so much with no proof, no receipts, just a bunch of but they don't want to go after the people that are lying. They don't want to go after the people that are lying. Go after the lying liars. It's because the truth freaks them out. It's because the truth freaks them out. Shut up. Maybe they should remember that. Maybe they should remember that. The shoulder comment? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. The Chapins for themselves. Yep. She says it in the thing. They had somebody that works in PR helping them like day freaking one. Like day one. I probably won't be able to find it like right off the bat, but I'll post the page later. Because we need to remember, as bullshit as this book is, the Amazon series that came out with everyone's faces on the camera speaking is what this book is based off of. Though it was a collaborated effort of over 300 interviews. That's why information on the Amazon series that's different in this book makes no sense to me, because they're supposed to be based on the same freaking information. So how are we getting different things about David Barriocha and where he was and where he was driving, about Xana being at Sigma Chi instead of actually being like walked over by Ethan? Why are we getting all these statements incorrect? So stupid. You know what Lester rhymes with? Do we need to check your internet history? I'm really super curious. Really super curious. You're such a freaking loser. Somebody probably needs to check your internet history. Goodbye. Yeah, I agree with this statement. Especially since she's lying. She's lying because she's trying to say that she got there at the house that night and said that Ethan's body was still in there. No, it wasn't. Ethan's body was removed hours and hours before you got there. That's what I'm saying. It is tragic enough. It is tragic enough that you and your husband walked down to the house that your son was just murdered in, and you stood there and you cried because you wanted to feel it. You wanted to be there. That's sad enough without lying about him still being in there. And with a police officer standing guard, there's no way that she left that area thinking that her son's body was just in that house. She's also not stupid. Stacy Chapin is a very intelligent woman. Okay. She knows how things work. She knows damn well that his body was removed hours before she got there. So why she is still in 2025 going to Crime Con while complaining about everybody talking about the case, lying, for attention? I don't understand. Are the tears that she's producing while she's saying this even real? I understand she lost a kid. I'm not saying that her pain isn't real. But when you're telling a false story and you're crying about that false story, I can't trust those tears. Am I wrong in that thinking? If I know that you're factually saying something incorrect and you're crying about this incorrect thing, am I supposed to trust it? I'm sorry, no. I can't. I can't. Which is so stupid. Yeah, they're the quietest, but also the loudest because they're the ones out here saying lies to hide their son from the situation completely, while the Goncalveses are out here putting out information that they found with bad resources and not taking back any of the lies. And a lot of the shit, because that's what it was shit that the Goncalveses put out here didn't hardly have anything to do with Kaylee. The majority of it affected the stories of all the other people that lost their lives, while they sat back and protected the two that lied to their faces. It's a screwed up family, bro. It's a screwed up family. Hella screwed up family. Hey, Willie. How you doing? Super screwed up. And the fact that they come out here and try to be all shiny, we would appreciate you more if you were honest. We would appreciate them more if they were honest about their downfalls instead of coming out here and trying to act like they were so squeaky. Like, why pretend, bro? We're all human. We all have things. You don't have to act like that. Like, I don't like you more because you're sitting on here pretending like you're perfect when we know better. It's unnecessary. Super unnecessary. So stupid. No, she walked with Jim. According to what they said in the Amazon series when they did their interviews, they walked over there together. So I don't know why she's saying that she walked there by herself. That's another reason why I want the footage. I want the footage. See, I don't know if the Chapins would know to walk in between, like, where the apartments are and those steps, or if they would have actually walked, like, across the 40 and, like, on the three-way thingy right there, like on the 1112 camera. But that's why I want the footage, just so I can timestamp when they got there, see what cop was actually on duty at the time. I don't want to hear her crying because I know that I'm going to be able to pick that up. I don't want to hear her crying. I don't want to hear that pain. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm not trying to exploit that pain either. Just like I said, I want to get Xana's dad's interview just for the timeline of the last time that they spoke. I don't, and I will not put out the entire interview. I will only put out the clips that are important to the timeline because I'm not trying to exploit that pain. I just want the facts. And there's a way to do that without being too far in. I don't know. I have no clue. I mean, it really is insane that they're so quiet, especially now. Because even if something was like in the works behind the scenes, what would it harm the family to make a statement? What would it harm them to come out and talk? I don't think it would. Even if it was just like a statement through their lawyer, just something. I mean, they don't have to, but it would be interesting if they did. It's just crazy. It's just so crazy. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. Hopefully we get some documents here soon. We still have more of the ISP stuff to go over. It's just going to come as it comes. There's so much of it. It's just going to come out as it comes out. I don't even think. My problem is that I listen to what YouTube tries to tell me about the way that I'm supposed to do things on here, which is like no more than 3 a day because the notifications don't work, or it'll overload stuff and stop sending out notifications, or stick to a schedule, blah, 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 blah. But when I try to stick to a schedule, A, it doesn't work. And B, I get farther behind because I see information like this and can put it out like this. But then I'm like, oh, I have this other thing scheduled and it's going to like screw everything up because it's like an hour before this one's supposed to come out. And now I have this new info. I'm just going to start just posting shit. As I see it, as I record it, as I'm reacting to it, no schedule, just anytime. Could be 3 o'clock in the morning, could be 7 p.m. I don't know, but I'm tired of like feeling like I'm behind because I'm trying to follow what YouTube is recommending for me as I'm trying to grow on YouTube. It's just not working, and I'm falling behind because of it, and I'm not doing it anymore. So shit'll just drop when it drops. It'll just drop when it drops. That way I don't feel like I'm so far behind. So that's what's going to happen. It's just going to be everywhere. It'll just be everywhere. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Thank you so much for the super chats, the super stickers, and for those of you that were in here. I appreciate y'all spending y'all's time with me. I really do. I'm going to go ahead and get the other ones scheduled out for the interviews at least so that we can get the rest of these interviews out. But as for updates and other things, I'm just going to start posting shit. Well, see, that's the thing. I do that. And it's hit or miss. It's hit or miss. It really is. Like, they have an analytic in the back that tells me basically between like 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. on average, all days of the week is like when you guys are online the most. So that's why I've tried to like post stuff or go live like at 3:15 and then later on in the night. But I've had stuff that I've posted like super early in the morning on like a Sunday and the shits went crazy. But then I've had stuff that I've posted right in like what's considered a sweet spot and it doesn't get the traction like it's supposed to and there's nothing else happening. It's just the way that YouTube wants to push stuff. But they are also constantly doing like algo updates that totally like screw things up because you can think that you have it down. And then they get a hair up their ass and change something and suddenly it's insane. Like I don't watch these channels. And I honestly don't know why the frick I see this stuff on Twitter. But I feel like this is sort of important. There's a channel called Burnt Toast. I think they do a lot of like talking stuff about like Sebastian Rogers' case. And maybe I don't even quote, you know what? Doesn't even matter. Don't even quote me on the cases they talk about because all I know is like the little thumbnails that have been popping up on Twitter. But apparently YouTube's new AI update completely deleted their channel based off of a little dumpster fire icon. Like it's a little green dumpster and it's on fire. And some sort of AI thing came through and said that it was like harassment of some sort. And it deleted the channel, not demonetized, literally deleted it off of YouTube. I think everything got fixed. Maybe not. I don't know. But AI is going to cause a lot of problems, not only with the bullshit that's out here that so many people think is real. Oh my God. You know, I would say follow me on Twitter, but I cuss a lot on Twitter, bro. Twitter shows me how stupid humans are. And I let it known. I make it known how stupid I think a lot of these people are. And the AI stuff, especially the stuff that they create just to like try to force a race argument or a political argument. And you can tell that it's definitely fake, but then you get into the comments and you're like, how are this many people stupid? How are this many people falling for this? Twitter's definitely a place if you want to feel smart. If you're feeling bad about yourself and you need to pick me up, go to Twitter. Go to Twitter. Cause damn. Holy shit. Yeah, that too. That too. That too. That too. And I'm telling y'all, every single time, I'm going to start recording it so you guys can see. I let this thing process, and then I go in and I clip out the song so that it goes straight to like my intro so it doesn't waste anyone's time. I cut out us talking in the beginning so it jumps straight to the subject. I cut out some of this stuff. Like if you're in the live, you're getting conversations that people don't get to see. And I don't really know if a lot of people understand that. Like I know what people bitch about, basically. So I try to alleviate some of that by going in and making changes after the lives drop. So I'll go in and, like I said, edit all that stuff out. Plus, I'll delete 2/3 of their ads. They will have an ad in the first minute and a half of the video every time. Sometimes within 45 seconds. I'm like, I haven't even taken a breath yet. What are we doing an ad for? I go in and take out 2/3 of them and do hella editing trying to follow their rules and trying to just make sense of stuff and make it to where it's not just a waste of people's time. Because for some reason, people get on YouTube and they don't know how to use the app. So they like to complain instead of just like using the tools that they have in front of them, which I find hilarious. People are weird, bro. People really are weird. Okay, I'm going to go off here. I'm done running my mouth, I guess. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Again, thank you so much for being in here with me tonight. You guys have a great, what is it, Monday, right? Ugh, it was Monday. Yes, it is Monday. But tomorrow's Taco Tuesday, so that's good. That's awesome. You guys have a great night. Stay safe. Sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite. I'm going to go ahead and play this out. Please do not forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. All right, you guys. See y'all. I'm sorry? Hold on, guys. What? There's ads in the chat? Can somebody please send me a screenshot? Oh, well, thank you very much. Can somebody please send me a screenshot to my email? I'll put it in the chat again. What? Look, I don't get in chat, guys. I do not get online and jump in people's chats. I don't. So I'd had no clue. What? Oh, hell no. When the frick did that start? I sure will, Willie. That shit was funny. Shut up. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I come say hi and then I go on about my life. I'm sorry. I just know that I'll end up getting into an argument with somebody. Love you, though. In the chat? Oh, my God. Okay. Ugh! Okay. I want a screenshot, please. I have never seen that before in my freaking life. In the freaking chat. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. What? Okay, yes. Please, somebody show me this. That's insane. How? So there's ads playing on my shit and ads in the chat? Oh my God. It makes me feel like everything that I just said that I do to try to alleviate the bullshit is useless. I've never seen that before, guys. I've never, ever seen an ad in the chat. That's insane. Yes, please send me a screenshot. Okay, I'm going to play this out again. Okay, love you. Bye.